so on and so forth. But the story of Korea, the story of Taiwan, and many other countries in this area are a story of SMEs, where more and more people like Sunil and Prithviraj come together, keep on doing the things that they do best, and suddenly find a major transformation has taken place in the country. But I have promised myself that I will always start with one particular slide, which I think is very, very dear to my heart, because it inspires me. And this is the slide. Some of you may have seen it. I'm not going to be bored or tied down because I believe this is an important reflection of what has happened to our country over the last 1,000 years. And this is not some silly book that is written by some textbook writer in the school. This is research done by Angus Madison, and the study was released in 2003 and updated in 2009 by the OECD after doing research for something like 13 years with 18 scholars to try and map the contribution of the world's important countries in terms of GDP across 1,000 years, where the size and shape of these countries was quite different from what it is now. The word GDP did not exist. The definition of GDP was not there. But gathering this kind of statistics, information, data and research and collating it and putting it clearly demonstrated the story of India. Let me begin on the left-hand side. 1,000 years ago, India was the richest country in the world, occupying and contributing about 33% of the world's GDP, higher than what America has ever done in its lifetime. In our textbooks, especially my generation, India used to be called Sone, chidia. Slowly, this has gone from our books. I don't know why. But it was a fact. The Mughals came because they thought there is so much money to be made. And it has attracted a lot of people into this country because there was wealth. This was the great story, followed very closely by China, which was next to us. America was not born at that time. Europe was here. And slowly, as we progress through the 1,000 years, we find that India's contribution to the world GDP declined. Lowest amongst all the countries, and it has started rising again. Mr. Angus Madison and his team of 18 scholars have attributed this loss of the preeminent position that India had to fundamental reasons. One was political domination by a set of people who did not mean well for the country that they dominated, and that is in the realm of politics and it's in the realm of wars and conflicts. The second most important point was India, which was the source of the largest amount of technologies and innovation at that time, because of the political regime, lost out all its capacity to innovate and develop technology. In the time of 1,000 years ago, we were doing brain surgeries where others had not even opened the brain. We have actually done Ayurveda, which was a science developed completely based on holistic medicine science. It has today become a quack. But the fact is that the science is an appropriate science and is a very valid science. We have not applied the principles of commercial technologies and validation to a science which is now archaic. But that doesn't mean that the science is wrong. Many doctors today also ask you for your family history before they start prescribing medicines. And so on and so forth. So India and Takshashila and Nalanda were places like Stanford and Harvard, where people from all over the world came to India. And 10,000 students used to come in those days by boat and traveling through the woods on Ghodagaadi to be able to attend these centers of excellence and learning. Now from this place of preeminence, the second major area which contributed to this collapse of the Indian has been our lack of ability to develop technology. So it is very, very important when someone says that technology is a game changer. It certainly is. And look at Europe. Through the time of the Industrial Revolution, which is ushered in three major technologies, Europe rose to a place of preeminence. Mind you, this is a group of about 28 countries now. It's not a single country. But the good story is that now India is rising, China is rising, and we call it Asia's century. But the fact is, my friends, 1,000 years ago it was Asia's century. It was. So it's a deja vu. India is a resilient country. We have now reached $1.6 trillion. We are the fourth largest in the world in PPP and 10th or 11th largest in absolute terms. We were one of the few countries that grew at this level, where there were several countries that are actually very negative during the economic meltdown period. And even now the projection is between 8 to 9% for 11 and 12. And we are likely to double our GDP in the next